Well, I have a question.
That's how you want to lead the whole thing?
Which Casey do we have joining us today? Angry Casey? Don't want to be here Casey?
No, not don't want to be here, but definitely angry
Why?
Casey.
What happened? Let's talk about it later.
Candice and Casey's podcast. They're doing couples therapy.
Honey, I see that you brought what looks like questions and perhaps a syllabus for today's episode.
I did, because I noticed that when we aborted the mission 2 times ago.
That is when we canceled a podcast.
Yes.
Oh, I have a funny thing that I'd like to share with the audience. I was going to tweet it today, but it's a little nuanced, and I was worried that the humor would not translate.
So you need your voice to say it?
Yeah.
Fine, what is it?
What's that stuff that makes the baby sleep?
Melatonin.
We give Franny melatonin every night so she'll go to sleep easier because our doctor recommended it and assured us it was very safe. We give her 1/8 of a dose, right? A quarter? Eighth.
Depends.
Okay.
It doesn't really make a difference, actually.
And
so.
we put it in like a sippy cup with strawberry milk because that's her favorite treat. And wait, does Francine listen to this podcast?
No.
And last night she only drank like half of it. And I looked at Candice and I was like, what do I do? And I was like, I'm just going to pour this out. And you're like, no, she might want it later. So I left it on the counter. So Francine's up at 6 o'clock this morning doing God knows what. And she comes marching into the bedroom where I'm sound asleep. And she goes, can I have some more of this? And she hands me her empty sippy cup from the night before. And I looked at her and I was like, did you just drink all that? And she's like, yep. Can I have some more, please? And I'm like, fuck. So I go and get Candice, and it was like, oh, she'll be fine. And, she has to leave for school by like 7:30 or whatever. 7:15, the kid is out. And I mean out cold, like passed out, unconscious.
So bad.
Us having a conversation inches from her, and she is just out. So she had to sleep till, she was an hour and a half late for school today because she was sound asleep.
So that does make us bad parents, actually. Well, it won't ever happen again.
It's definitely going to happen again.
Why?
There'll be some version of that.
Well.
We lack the responsibility to ensure that doesn't happen again.
Me? When I give her the magic juice,
First of all,
I put it just enough so that she finishes
But she
all of it
didn't
in
finish
one.
it. I said
because
you
you probably filled the whole cup.
She
full
loves
of,
that sugary shit.
That's why I make sure that it's just enough milk that she can't taste it, and that she'll drink it in one sip, and then it's done. It's not an issue
I'm
anymore.
more worried that she's turning into a tiny version of you. She said something to me today and yesterday, which is very Candice-like.
What?
She said, I can't go to school today because I'm too tired.
Oh, I love her.
I'm too
God.
tired are 3 words you'll never hear me say. But
Or Owen. God, I remember when I used to sleep over with you guys in Connecticut, and he'd be like, it's morning time, and it was 7, and I'm like, what is going on?
yeah, Candice is a big subscriber of the I'm too tired to fill in the blank anything in the morning. And that's not a philosophy I subscribe to. Get up. Get after it. Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next week on the podcast.
Yeah, but can you fly in your dreams?
I don't dream. Is that weird?
Yes, that's very weird.
Huh.
Very.
I've talked to somebody smart about this before,
And they said you're a robot.
No. There's an explanation for it. I wish I remember what it was. It's something like you have to be in a certain kind of sleep before you're dreaming.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're definitely not there ever. You don't sleep long enough.
No, I hate sleep.
Yeah, but imagine if you could dream that you were flying. It's amazing.
And then also, this isn't
Why
the
don't
case.
you ask me about it? Like what kind of flying I do?
I know your name comes first in the subtext of the title of this podcast, but I was about to talk about Joe Rogan and marijuana.
Joe Rogan's kind of hot in a very strange way. I bet other girls think that too.
I saw a video of him today.
You don't think so?
Well, I was going to answer with a story.
Okay.
You know how verbose I am. It's the only way we ever make it to 40 minutes. I saw a video today, and it was Joe Rogan, I think, tweeted it, and it was him 20 years ago. He was such a hunk. He was like this beautiful man with perfect hair. So he's very handsome. I like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, but I think even now he's
totally a stud now. You know how much he exercises for a guy his age? Like a lot.
Yeah.
Like more than me.
He might be more attractive than Brad Pitt.
I mean, before you just said you thought he was kind of cute. Now you're like putting him right at the top of the pie.
There's something
cool,
about a man with confidence, clearly. That's so cliche, but it's like, I feel like he would
I have confidence, don't I? Like
Yes.
sometimes I do. It's not all the time.
You
I'm
have
just,
more
I
confidence
was
than
just
you
being
need.
jokey. You know, like I was saying, I have confidence, don't I? Get it?
I do.
Yeah, because if I had confidence, I wouldn't say, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Yeah. So,
So no, I
Joe
was saying
Rogan.
sleep. I think I learned this from Joe Rogan's podcast or someplace like that. When you smoke a lot, either when you smoke a lot of pot or when you smoke pot and go to sleep or something like that, you can't dream because pot blocks the part in your brain that lets you dream or something like that. I don't know. Joe Rogan had this guy on who is like an expert sleep guy, and Joe Rogan's a huge pot guy, and they talked about that. I guess that's neither here nor there, but we were just talking about not dreaming, and that's one of the ways that you don't dream. But I don't really smoke marijuana on a level that would keep me from... What else is on your stupid list?
No, but I want to tell you how I fly. Ask me what it's like to fly in my dreams.
You know what my mom says about talking about your dreams?
No one cares, but your mom didn't actually say that. You made that up.
I know, but it sounds... If I say that, I'm a monster. But if I say my
You've
mom...
been saying that since we met because I like to talk about my
I
dreams.
hate hearing about people's dreams.
I'm not. I just want to tell you what it's like to fly.
And when I say dreams, I don't mean aspirations. I mean the things that happen in your brain when you're asleep.
Anyway, it
No
feels a
one
little bit
cares.
like Super Mario Brothers when he like eats the whatever and flies, and like you have to press the B button to make it go higher, and then it falls down.
So we're
And it
talking
goes
about
higher,
Super Mario Brothers 3 when
then
he
it
turns
goes
into the
down.
raccoon tail?
Does he fly? Yeah,
Yeah,
like pushing the raccoon tail up and down, kind of.
Ding, 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 ding.
Mhm. And then and then you coast. Then you go up again, and then you coast. It's really amazing, and not everyone can dream they're flying. Apparently, it's a thing that you're either lucky enough or not lucky enough. A girl I used to work with was very jealous that I could fly in my dreams. Verbally jealous.
Can we talk about the conversation we had this morning when you were standing in the closet naked and then you put on your outfit?
I mean, sure, if you want to sound like a misogynist, go for it.
How is that misogynistic?
Calling me a Teletubby?
How does it call you?
Oh, no, you just said I looked like one.
You gotta get the full context. Okay.
I think that's all they need to
Not all
know.
they need to know. Okay, right after Candice had the baby, she bought all of these.
Rompers.
They're like onesies for adults, and it's made out of like what's it made out of? Cashmere.
Cashmere.
Okay, so it's made out of like cashmere, like super soft sweater cashmere, but it's a onesie. So if you can imagine like pants that are also connected to your shirt. There's another romper doesn't mean anything. What's the other word for it? It's like a jumpsuit.
Jumpsuit.
Okay, but right after you had the baby,
I still had a 3-month pregnant belly.
you were, I mean, like most women, you had a little bit, you had the baby fat. And you really filled out those rompers. And this morning you were bragging to me, rightly so, you've lost 3.5 pounds in a week. And today was the first day when you put on your romper where it fits you properly. You look great in it.
I'm also wearing compression underwear. That's
Yeah, those
holds in
aren't
my
so
belly.
cute. But in any event,
Yeah,
there was...
you said that I looked like you don't look like a Teletubby anymore.
I didn't think you'd be so upset by me saying that.
I'm not. Nothing you say hurts my feelings.
Do you want me to talk about why my feelings are hurt right now? Not by you.
Why? Oh, why are you angry?
Well, that's a much bigger question.
Okay, why are your
This
feelings
is
hurt?
just something that's petty and small. And my feelings aren't really hurt. Now there's all this weight behind it.
Better make it good.
Because Samsung announced all their new phones today and they all look so exciting. And this is like the first time ever they didn't send me one.
Maybe it's because you take all your pictures with iPhones and it's highly recognizable. Yeah. In the reflections.
Well, no, and then it also says posted by Twitter for iPhone.
Oh.
But here's the thing.
Well, you really do use the Samsung phone, and I'm not just saying
Well,
that.
I've always carried 2 phones, and iPhone is the one that I take my pictures on because of our iMessage family group called Baby Pictures.
It's true, the iMessage.
And I can't do that on my Samsung phone, but I use my Android phone for everything else. I carry 2 phones. One is neither better than the other. They're both great.
Well, why don't you just call up your
Well, I just...
Samsung people and be like, you really hurt my feelings, you guys.
Well, because, who do I say that to? Do you think it's because I haven't done anything with them in a while? We just did a thing at Christmas. And then the CEO tweeted at me when I said, because did you see the big news? They still have a headphone jack.
Amazing. You sound like a real brat right now.
I'm just upset about it. Wish I had a new cell phone.
Maybe it's because you break 15 a week.
That's true. What else is on your list, lady?
Okay, I actually have something very serious. We can either
Well,
do...
I thought about something funny. But...
Oh my God. Okay, what?
Okay, last night, Georgina, the little baby, was hanging out with us, and my younger brother, Dean, who looks exactly like me, came over. And she was staring at the two of us, confused as fuck.
Really?
It was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, that's so
Because she hasn't
sweet.
seen Uncle Dean since she's become like a
Baby.
like a baby that can react and stuff. It was very cute.
That's cute.
But
She's
she was
so
looking at him,
cute.
then looking at me, then looking at him, and then looking at me. She couldn't tell who was who. Confused little baby.
She's so sweet.
Now you want to get into the serious stuff?
Okay.
I'm just so nervous about whatever serious thing you have to talk about. I feel like I'm going to be in trouble.
You're not.
There's no conversation that's serious where it doesn't end with me being in trouble.
We went to LA to visit the house.
Am I in trouble with?
No. Can I just finish a fucking sentence?
I know, but the minute you start talking about Los Angeles,
When we went to LA,
Okay.
it was touch and go with me, meaning my behavior. I was trying to be on my best behavior, trying very hard. And I'm not sure I did a great job.
Nope.
So what I wrote down here was, that was my first time in the house. How much were you holding back, freaking out on me?
Me? Everything. I mean, not true. I actually wanted to mention to you, what day do you have your therapy this week?
Tomorrow.
I thought I should go if I don't go to Chicago so we could talk about this in front of an expert.
So are we not going to talk about it now? Or do you want to do like a quickie?
Well, you asked me a very specific question. How much was I holding back about freaking out on you? I wasn't like at that point where I was like hiding my anger and frustration. Wait, let me think about this. I was definitely holding my anger and
Yeah, I
frustration.
could feel it.
I wasn't bullshitting. Like I was just bothered the whole time. You know what I mean? There's a difference between being bothered and being like, I'm trying to think of a situation. Like,
Okay, wait. I really appreciate that you just found a different word to represent how you were feeling, because normally your go-to is you feel like you're being punished by me.
No, that wasn't
And
the
you
case.
didn't, and to say that you were bothered is like, okay, that makes total sense. And you have every right to be bothered.
Well,
I was trying really hard, but I wasn't reacting to the house and the situation the way that I'm sure you wanted me to in an ideal world.
I was upset.
You are, well, yeah, because the deal is you have this house that you absolutely love, and it's a big deal for you, and it's a huge purchase for
Huge.
you, and you worked your whole life to get
Whole
to this
life.
point, and you're proud to be able to
Proud.
give it to your family. And I'm the little brat that's like, I don't like the floor color. Okay. And that's my thing. I'm trying to work on that with Dr. P. I don't know why my physical surroundings are so important to me. They make me happy or they make me miserable. You can say that, right? You've known me long enough that the tiniest thing can throw me off. Think about the house in Connecticut. I finally painted the red dining room white, and I could sit in there. I could relax.
No, you're just a totally spoiled, entitled brat who appreciates nothing.
What?
Truth.
That's so mean.
It's the truth.
What if I forced you to dress as a clown every day? And I was like, you have clothes on. You should be thankful that you have clothes on. Those are really expensive clown clothes. And you're like, but I don't like to wear clown clothes. I'll wear the clown clothes for you, and I'll figure out how to be happy with the clown clothes, or maybe I'll slowly change into regular clothes at my own pace. But does that make sense?
But nobody's asking you to wear clown clothes. You live in a $3.5 million apartment that you complained about for 7 months.
And now, after I made it my own, obsessed.
Or you could say now, after I complained about it for 6 months.
No,
That's the truth.
that's what you hear.
No. That's literally you complaining about living in the fanciest,
Well, we'll
most
talk to the doctor about it.
Okay. You're the one who brought this shit up, not me.
I'm not mad. Are you mad right now?
You brought you brought a knife to a gunfight. What's the metaphor analogy here?
You're pouring gas on the fire.
I was having a nice conversation about Joe Rogan, sleep. We were talking about babies. Teletubbies, friendly things. Getting all serious on me.
It's called couples therapy.
I know, but I prefer to talk about almond milk and sleep patterns. Are you texting right now?
No, I'm pulling up questions because I've been totally responsible.
You can tell that Candice is stressed out about something when she has scratch marks all over her neck. Do you know that about yourself?
What?
You have red scratch marks all over your neck because this is what you do when you get nervous.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You're like if you were a poker player, you'd be terrible.
That's so weird.
Did we do a podcast last week? No, because we were out of town. We got to get better at this. You know, the thing I was thinking is when we live in California, we could do a podcast studio in the house, and we could do it more often than once a week.
That would be fun.
We could do it twice a week.
Okay, so we've got some questions.
I thought we weren't doing the question thing anymore.
No, I kind of like it.
There's the idea of the entrepreneurial spirit of just do it. Just get off your ass, do it. You two both own your own businesses. Casey owns several. Candice owns a few. What is the in-between of the just get off your ass and do it and the actual success? Everybody always says, you don't need money, you don't need this, you don't need that. That's bullshit. You do need money. You do need capital of some form to start a business. There's no way to do it without it in today's society. So what's your guys' recommendation for just saying just do it, and then the in-between? What comes after the just do it? Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys listening to it. Have a nice day.
That's a tough question. Let me start, and you jump in and tell me if I'm being cynical. There's like the Gary Vaynerchuk mentality of the universe is like sort of hardline in that you either have it or you don't have it. And I have to say that the older I get and the more experience I get in the world of entrepreneurship and starting businesses and going for it and all that jazz, the more I learn that it's totally true. Like there are the people where it's in their blood. Yeah. And it doesn't matter where they began in life, they will figure it out, whatever it may be. And then there's people on the other end of the spectrum. I don't know, like my friend Joe, for example, whose priority's never been his career or ambition. His ambition's always been about family and happiness and love. And I think those are the two ends of the spectrum. And then the tough part is, I think, when people are kind of stuck in between. And by stuck in between, it's like people who really hold their plan B safe and people who covet their plan C and people who operate with a safety net. Well, I'm going to try this thing, but if it doesn't work, I can always do this. Like people with those types of mentalities.
Yes, but in a
Am I getting cynical?
A little bit, because this question was a little bit more specific and pragmatic. Like, what if you do have an idea or you have a project you want to do? How realistically do you do it if you still need a job and all that? Well, to make it come full circle, if you're an entrepreneur, you don't let something like that get in the way. But just to directly answer the question, it's like if you have an idea, but you still need a job to make money, which all of us did when we started our jobs, you figure out how to do it. When you do it in your off time, you do it in the middle of the night, you do it on your lunch break. Like when I started my company, I didn't have paper at home for my printer, so I would take paper from my day job so that I could print out things at night in my closet that I turned into an office. Shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a version of what I was going to say, which is just like, you fucking fight.
You ask for help. Like, Roy helped me. I wasn't a graphic designer. Roy did my logo. Can you please do it for me? You just...
And I think the beauty is there's people always who have excuses. And I mean, I think I had really, really good excuses. I had no education, a high school dropout. I had no work experience. My only work experience was as a dishwasher. I had no resources. I had no friends. I lived in New York City by myself. The only person I knew here was my big brother, who had a job where he made $10 an hour. And those were my excuses. I had no places. I had no apartment. Like, these are all really good excuses for finding a good job. I had a 2-year-old. These are all really good excuses for playing it safe. But I chose not to. And I think for the next 15 years of my life, up until really like the last year is the first year I feel like I'm kind of taking it easy. I just busted my fucking ass. Like, you work 20 hours a day. Like, I had a day job. I had to support my family. So I worked from 9 to 5 to make my, $40,000 a year. And then I spend those other hours from 6 o'clock until 3:30 in the morning pursuing my passion. And I think the thing that people love to overlook is patience. Yeah. It's like you hear a lot of people are like, yeah, but I did that. I did that for 3 years and nothing. I made it nowhere. It's like, cool, fuck you. You're 25 years old. You have 50 more years. Do it for 50 years and then call me. And if you haven't made it by the time you're 75, keep going. Maybe you can do it by the time you're 85. And if you don't do it by 85 and you're dead, at least you spent your lifetime trying and you didn't give up. Because I think persistence is one of those things that's so overlooked. Persistence and patience is overlooked in the recipe for success. Like nothing comes easy. I mean, how long have we've been together for... Candice was paying rent for me, because I couldn't afford rent 4 years ago. When did I get back from MIT? That summer, you had to pay rent for me because I couldn't afford it.
4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago, I couldn't afford rent. I was 34 years old. I had a kid and a pregnant wife, and I couldn't make enough money for rent. But I was still working 18 hours a day, chasing something down that everyone, including my family and loved ones, and I think even Candice, deep in the back of her brain, was like, this will never happen. Do something else. I could go for days about this. Next question.
I've never felt that way about anything you've done.
I felt like when I was starting my tech company, I had some, it wasn't objections, but you questioned it in ways that offended me, that upset me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Of course I questioned it. Like, who do you think you are starting a tech company? But if there's one thing I've always known about you is whatever you say you're going to do, it happens. But not only that, weirdly, it's not just about work. It's like, you're like, Donald Trump is going to be president. I'm like, no, he's not.
I think anybody who's listening to this podcast knows I'm not a huge fan of our president, but I said in the summer, in July, I think before the Republican National Convention, that there's no chance that anyone is winning but Donald Trump. Okay, let's keep going, honey. Other questions?
Hey, Candice and Casey, really appreciate you guys doing this show. It's been a great insight into your guys' real life. I think a lot of us used to watch the vlogs and think, God, how amazing and supportive Candice is being with all this travel. So, but my question also is around travel related to the family. We've got a young one at home and want your guys' advice or any tips on getting kids excited about traveling with the parents as they grow up. Would love any tips you have on that other than giving them chocolate cake on an airplane. Anything other than that would be super helpful. Thanks, guys.
What's the, why do people say your guys's?
It's the same as y'all. It's just a colloquialism.
I don't think it is.
Okay, let's just answer the question because I do have some good...
But you can just say your.
If you are lucky enough to travel with a partner with your child, beforehand, make sure you each have the responsibilities divided up. So like when you and I go on a plane...
I watch movies and you watch the kids.
Well, that part really sucks. But when beforehand, I know that you're going to handle the carry-ons, I'm going to handle the kid.
That's true.
If the kid has to go to the bathroom, I'm the one that handles the kid in the bathroom. You're the one that has the diaper kit ready to go. When I come back, I hand you the diaper kit, you put it away. Snacks, I handle. Trash, you handle. And that just kind of stops any fighting before it starts.
Candice talks about it like it's a 50-50 deal when it comes to effort with flying with the kids, but we just flew home from California. I watched 3 full-length movies without interruption. I would say the share is more like 90-10.
Well, I was trying to make you seem better, but that's actually true.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have interjected. I just, I like to really focus on movies, and the truth is Francine likes you more, so why not let her just enjoy her time with mom?
But as a baby, my goodness, it's really hard.
With a screaming baby, it's a nightmare. Franny's kind of good now on the planes, right?
Well, that's the thing is now she's excited. I'd say at like 3.5.
What was his question? How do you get kids excited?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you just keep doing it. You can't like get a 4-year-old excited about a plane if they've never been on a plane before. That's terrifying.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was really excited. And we had lame trips when I was a kid. We'd pack in the back of the station wagon and go like to Rhode Island. Rhode Island's amazing. I just mean like my parents would take us to the same Motel 8 every single year.
It was Motel 8 by you?
It was Motel 8 and then Red Roof Inn, which I thought...
We had Motel 6. Is that funny? I wonder if it's the same or different.
The Red Roof Inn, the hotel rooms would have like a loft with like a little staircase and you could look over the rest of the room. I remember that being really exciting. And then any hotel that had a pinball machine was exciting because my dad is like a savant with pinball machines. I remember once he won so many free games that we just had to leave because my mother was getting upset.
That's funny.
Good talk.
Let's see if there's another good
I don't
one.
think that we answered that gentleman's question. Okay, keep going.
Hi, Candice and Casey. Big fan. From Connecticut, 37 years old. My name is Kenny. Just wanted to ask a question about Casey's clothing style. Does Candice ever make fun of you for the way you dress, or ever give you a hard time about it, and ask why you're, dressing like a younger guy, Because my wife gives me a hard time, so I'm just curious. Love you guys. Thanks.
Okay, well, let me just say, 37-year-old from Connecticut. Did we go to high school together? Perhaps. I don't try to dress younger than I actually am. I'm just like an idiot child when it comes to fashion. Today, honey, look at me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dressed like an adult today.
Yeah, I bought you those pants.
Black corduroys that my wife bought for me and a gray sweater. Totally normal outfit. But then sometimes I look in my closet and I have all this cool stuff, like those Nike pants that you say look like clown pants with the zippers down the side.
Mm-hmm.
Those are cool. No.
It's fine. When we first met, we went to that bar mitzvah in Houston, and you used red ribbon for cufflinks. I was like, what in the fuck? And then I think that's the first time I let go of judging you and how you dressed and thought that your individual style was super cool, even though it was,
Nice.
even though I'm sure everybody else judged you.
People judge me for how I dress?
Not anymore, but you used to dress pretty weird.
No, you gave me an extreme makeover when we started
I did.
dating. I didn't have any money. You took me clothing shopping. You bought me those brown corduroys, remember?
The
I wore
gray
them.
helmet Lang corduroys.
Yeah, so I wore them till the crotch exploded.
Yeah, those were cute. Butt looked good in them.
Cute.
All right.
Is that it? We're going to end on that? I feel like we were really bitchy and whiny in this podcast.
That makes the best podcast.
No.
It does. It does. Why do you think on like reality shows they create drama? People love it. All right, we got to go. I got to go get huge. And by huge, I mean thin. And by thin, I mean healthy. By healthy, I mean losing my baby fat.
Which I'm against. I will make fun of you for looking like a Teletubby, which had much more to do with your outfit than your body, but I prefer you thick.
I know.
Your face is all round when you're thick. You fill out
My
your,
boobs are going to get small.
You fill out your onesie nicely when you're nice and thick.
Like my rib high compression underwear.
No, I don't like your rib high compression underwear, but I just want to, for the record, before you go getting all skinny, I prefer you. I prefer the baby weight. It looks good on you.
I know, but I feel like I can't move. Can't like run upstairs and stuff. I'm
What
just
happens when you-
unhealthy.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning into this week's episode of Couples Therapy with Candice and Casey. And on next week's episode, what happened? Did we have like a standard outro we used to do?
Yeah, we used to say like us, give us 5 stars. Then we added tell a friend.
Okay. Well, be sure to download the Anchor app. Anchor, we had to plug Anchor at the end of every show.
Yeah, but the reason you should download it is that's the only way to get questions to us.
Give us questions, yeah. But on top of that, if you are considering doing a podcast, I cannot recommend enough using the Anchor app. You can record the podcast in-app. You can edit it in-app.
It's free too.
It's free.
Free to upload.
It's free to upload. Also, they have monetization tools in there if you want to figure out how to make revenue off of your podcast. It's just if you're thinking about it, Anchor is a great, great, great place to start. And I hope that continues to be the case now that Spotify bought them. They went and got all big time on us. Regardless, amazing, amazing product, amazing app. Okay, we will see you guys next week, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure.